Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. My name is Steve. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Today, I'm joined again by my wife, Lindsay, and we are going to be reacting to the libraries of Manchester, England. Now, I don't know how many libraries are here, but we have three different libraries we're going to check out today. One is the Portico Library. The second is the Chetham Library, and the third is the John Ryland Library. Let us know in the comments if there are other libraries. We're surprised there's three libraries in one city that are supposedly really cool. Don't know anything about these three libraries except that they are, supposedly really awesome. That's all we know.
The John Rylands, all I know about that is it's supposedly really beautiful and that it was gifted to him by his wife, I think.
I don't know anything about it. Lindsay is a library connoisseur of types. She loves library. I do too. Yeah, I do too. But Lindsay takes her love of books and libraries to the next level. She really, really loves all things surrounding books. Like, I think probably more than, most people, probably more than 99% of people, I would think.
I don't know if it's that high, but
no, it is. It is. I looking from the outside looking in.
I feel like English people probably have a love of libraries similar to
I believe more of an appreciation than a lot of people. But I think you probably fit right in with that. I would too. I love libraries too. But I'm just trying to express how much you love libraries compared to the average. I mean, you really do. I mean, she was going to be a librarian at one point, just never went through with it. Oh, did I? Okay. But yeah, guys. So, we definitely want to explore the libraries in the UK from time to time, because this is something we both find interesting, and it's definitely a love of Lindsay's. So, this would give us, exploring these will give us a good idea of not only being able to see the libraries, on video and learn about these, but also give us an idea of which libraries we may want to stop by when we actually get over to the UK.
And if you know of any old bookstores or cool bookstores, supposedly I think there's a town in Wales that has a lot of cool old bookstores. I forget what it's called. But yeah, we'll definitely have to add stuff like that to our list too.
There is, oh man, what city was it in? I did a reaction to a city, and I don't know, I have to show you there, but I think I told you about
Canterbury?
I told you about a crooked bookstore.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I believe it might have been Canterbury. I don't know, but I had to go back and look. But there's like this really cool. It's a building just crooked. I mean, it has nothing to do with the books inside necessarily. I just thought it was
quirky.
It's just a quirky bookstore. It's supposedly really, really old. I think you would absolutely love checking that out. I think it might be Canterbury. I'm not 100% sure though. But anyways, guys, so we have. These are three short videos. That's why we're going to do them all at once. Yeah. Surprisingly, there are not a ton of videos about a lot of these libraries.
Well, I feel like especially with tourism, I feel like a lot of people don't go on vacation to go
check out libraries. But you would think, like, to me, if you're really interested in the culture and the history and architecture and things like this, libraries, some of the older libraries would be some of the first stops you would go to.
The old libraries.
No, they don't.
Because
right, absolutely. The new British Library isn't like, crazy old, the building itself. Right. And I still thought that was really interesting, right? But it's still a really cool building architecturally, so it's just fascinating that people don't look at libraries as a travel hotspot.
And it's something free to do.
Right.
You don't have to pay.
Right. Like, why wouldn't you go to libraries?
I'm not complaining if we don't have to fight a crowd to go. So.
Right. Absolutely. So anyways, guys, we're going to check out three libraries here. First is the Portico, then is the Chetham, and then is the
John Ryland.
John Ryland. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the Portico first.
Okay.
Dude, I've never seen that in my life in person.
Just a few steps away from Central Library and Manchester Art Gallery lies one of the city's greatest treasures, the Portico Library.
Ooh.
The Portico is one of the few remaining Georgian period buildings in Manchester City.
Oh, do you like it? You like the look of it?
I love it. It seems out of place almost.
Yeah, it does. Everything else looks newer and more modern.
But I love it.
I wouldn't say this looks modern, but it's.
It reminds me of a building you would see in like New York City.
Really?
Something. Yeah.
I think that makes sense for the Georgian period. I think. Yeah, it's a beautiful building. I wouldn't expect anything less from what I've seen for so much architecture in the UK, guys. A lot of your buildings are amazing, especially the older ones. But yeah.
Centre, still fulfilling its original function. The library is always free to enter. Just ring the buzzer next to the entrance and come in.
Hello, welcome to the Portico Library. Have you been before?
Yeah, I have, thanks.
The Portico is one of Manchester's best loved lunch spots. You can dine under the historic dome.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's pretty.
Dude, that's beautiful. Wow.
I would definitely eat lunch there.
Yeah. I love it, man.
So cozy.
Hot food and drink have been enjoyed in the library since 1806.
Wow.
So we really know how to make a good cup of tea. There is always a free exhibition to explore in our public area, featuring a variety of artworks by local and international artists, alongside books from our historic collection. We also host an eclectic programme of live events, including bookbinding workshops, performances, talks, film screenings, dining events, and much more. Pop in to browse the items in our shop, which include prints reproduced here from illustrations in our collection.
I thought it was interesting. I just want to say this real quick. I thought it was interesting. I've never seen a library where you have to basically ring a bell or introduce yourself and
like a check, almost like a restaurant.
Yeah, almost like a restaurant. That's what I was thinking. That was interesting.
It is. And there's a cafe there and a gift shop.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I wonder.
So it is like a destination.
It kind of is. It's kind of like a place you could just go and get lunch and just hang out.
The Portico Library is an independent organisation
and
a registered charity.
Oh,
so
okay.
all of your purchases directly support our free public programme.
Oh my goodness.
There are over 25,000 books in our special 19th century collection, spanning a variety of genres and formats, from poetry to travel writing, history
Light
to
literature.
reflecting the interests of Manchester's Industrial Revolution innovators. Our annual membership package includes 5 daily newspapers and over 45 periodicals, as well as access to our peaceful historic reading room, the perfect environment to escape the bustle of the city.
Oh, wow.
To relax,
that's cool.
Study, read, and write.
I can smell it.
Oh, I can smell it too. Dude, I can picture.
I love it.
If you lived in this city, in Manchester, you would, I can imagine. It'd be hard to do with Sophia, but if you didn't have Sophia, you would literally be sitting in this room. In this room right here, you would spend so much time.
Or out in the lunch area.
Yeah, I can imagine. It looks like I don't know if you could work here. Could you bring your laptop in here and work, or is this just straight for reading?
Probably just reading.
Yeah, I think it probably is. I love how it's just surrounded by the large bookshelves. It's a really cozy. It's like,
this is what I want my house to feel like.
Like that?
No, just wrapped in books.
Wrapped in books.
Yeah.
All right.
I know you're minimalist.
A little bit.
Side is screaming.
I do like having some books around, obviously, but yeah, I'm definitely a little bit more minimalist when it comes to things, if you will.
Books are different, though.
No, books are different than just having a bunch of random whatever, but still, when you have, I think what it is we haven't got to our forever home yet, but once so I've had to pack up and move things like that. Heavy book boxes are horrible to move, and I think that's one of the things. But if we were in our forever home, we had a large bookshelf. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I think right now I don't look forward to moving the books we do have. So, but we will. Yeah.
We welcome inquiries from researchers who have an idea for a project based on our collection, and volunteers who want to gain experience in a historic working library.
Look at the size of that thing, man. Wow.
Ours is a 200-year-old collection, so some of these volumes have been well loved and are in need of repair. But you can adopt a book from just £90 to ensure it can be enjoyed for future generations.
Adopt a book.
That's cool.
Wow.
We also host tours for school parties, photography groups, membership, and more. And you can hire our library spaces for private functions, weddings, and for filming. The Portico Library hosts 2 prestigious literary prizes. The Portico Prize, which celebrates Northern writing, and the Portico Sadie Massey Awards for young readers and writers. There's some things that haven't changed about the library since 1806.
Is that when it was
When
made?
you arrive, you'll be
Built?
asked to sign in at our visitors book on the front desk.
Oh,
You'll be
wow.
following in the footsteps of Elizabeth Gaskell, Richard Cobden, Robert Peel,
Robert
Emmeline
Peel?
Pankhurst, Parker Pillsbury, and even Eric Cantona, all former associates of the Portico Library.
Why do I know the name Robert Peel? I know the name, but I don't know why.
Become a member, adopt a book, volunteer, dine, or just pop in for a cup of tea. There are so many ways to get involved. Visit our website.
Founded
to
1806.
discover more. We hope to see
Wow.
you soon.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that looks like a really cool place to go when you're in Manchester. All right, guys. So we are going to check out Festival of Libraries, a tour of Chetham's Library. I have no idea what Festival of Libraries is. Do you? Must be some sort of a, well, I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys. What is Festival of Libraries? I think that's the other video we have with
that?
John Ryland. Yeah. Or wait, was it John Ryland?
John Ryland.
Ryland, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the Chetham's Library in Manchester.
Welcome to Chetham's Library.
Chetham's.
It's the first free public
Wow.
library in England. But it didn't start that way.
Stop. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I have to process that. That was beautiful.
That was
Wow.
beautiful.
She said it was the first public library in England.
First free public library in
First
England.
free.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
It's
goodness.
very gothic.
Dude, this is, yeah, beautiful. Look at the shelves.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
I actually wanted to do Chetham's Library by itself, like as, but there really isn't a ton.
a lot of videos.
Again, there was not a ton of resources about this library either. Surprisingly, considering it's the first free public library, you would think that would be something that a lot of people had. There's a lot of
interest
in, but I don't know. All right. Well, this looks like a really cool library. I wonder how old it is. First free public library in England has to be pretty old.
You would think.
Library in England. But it didn't start that way. It's been a Norman wooden castle. It's been an arsenal.
Oh,
it's been
wow.
a chapel. It's been a priest's house. It's been a gunpowder store. It's a miracle it's still here.
Wow.
And it's been a manor house. And finally, from 1653, it was a library.
Wow.
That is incredible. Wow. Please ring.
So, magical Chetham's Library. It's the oldest public library in the English-speaking world, and there's no membership fee.
Wow.
The oldest public library?
In the English-speaking world.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And here's the man who started it all, Humphrey Chetham, not Sir Humphrey Chetham. He was actually offered a knighthood and politely declined it because he didn't want the status. What he wanted to do with his money was establish a library and a school, and that's what he left his money to. He left his money to establish a school for poor boys in Manchester.
Oh, wow.
And he also set up a library, which is right here, the original chained library.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
all the books are in English because he wanted it to be accessible to the people of Manchester. And Chetham still is.
Wow, that's incredible. Look
at that woodwork.
I know, I was about to say, wow.
This is next
One
level.
of the many
really
wonderful
are.
things about being in Chetham's library today is being able to take you behind the scenes to a part of the library people aren't normally able to see. Follow me.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
Like secret passageways.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh, imagine the history of who's gone down
And the
those
thing
stairs.
about secret and hidden parts of Chetham's library is you've just got to know where to look. And where we're looking now is at the original ceiling still in place,
my goodness.
and this beautiful plasterwork, all of which is very lovely. But what we want to show you now is a secret in Chetham's, and it's this at the end of this table. Now, one of the most famous people to live and work at Chetham's was Dr. D. He was sent here by Elizabeth I, apparently to get some peace and quiet, but that didn't happen. He was a man fascinated by alchemy, an early form of science. And he was doing his experiments and conjured a demon. He tried to chase the demon off, but the demon wasn't very happy about this, and so stamped its hoof on this table. So this is Manchester's genuine devil's footprint.
I was gonna say, this place like after hours at night
Oh,
would be creepy as
spooky.
heck. Like,
Oh man, yeah. That's wild. Okay. I don't know, so people that believe in that story or that legend would obviously believe that is what it is.
mm-hmm.
What would be the explanation for people that don't believe in that legend or that story? It's interesting.
And it's in Chetham's library.
That's wild, man. This is beautiful.
It really
This is a really beautiful library. Wow. All right, guys. That was incredible.
Mm-hmm. I want to see more of it.
Yeah, no. Man.
Again, there's not enough videos on these things.
Yeah, so but oh my goodness, maybe somebody in the comments will point us to some sort of resources. But wow, this I don't know. This might be what I've seen here might be my favorite library I've ever seen. I don't know.
It's totally different than the other library I've seen.
It totally is. I think
so. I think it's just a different
appreciation for more modern appreciation for the past. I like the fact that how it's been so many things.
Which is crazy because it's been a library since 1653.
Right. So how old is this actual castle? Whatever you want to call it. It's a library now, obviously. But all right, guys. 2 libraries down out of the 3 we're going to check out.
Manchester's lucky. You guys are lucky. Who live in Manchester.
Wow.
This is awesome.
This in the Manchester area, can we say this would be one that we'd definitely check out?
Yeah,
absolutely. 100%. This has got to that's got to be a place you go by. All right, guys. So now we are going to check out a tour of the John Ryland's library. This is the 3rd of the 3, so should be interesting. You ready? All right.
Here we are in Manchester's noisy and vibrant centre outside the John Ryland's library. It was designed and built by his wife, Enriqueta Rylands, who wanted to use her inheritance of millions to build a library for the people of Manchester. And she didn't just build it anywhere. She built it in one of the poorest parts of Manchester because she didn't see why the poor should be denied beauty and education. It's now part of the University of Manchester. Shall us go inside?
So is it free to go into the others?
I don't know. Okay, obviously this is modern.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh.
And here we are in the amazing historic
Holy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. This is like a cathedral, man.
It is.
Okay, she didn't say this was built as a cathedral, right? She said
No, she said it was.
This was built as a library from the beginning.
Designed by John Ryland's wife.
That is incredible.
This is beautiful.
Look at the stained glass up there. This literally looks like a cathedral. I guess that's the look she had to be going for because, that's if you didn't tell me I was in a library, I would literally think I was in a cathedral or something, an abbey. Wow. This is grand.
Clearly she felt how I feel about books.
Yeah, she loved them, obviously. So could you picture yourself sitting down and reading in this reading room? Can you picture yourself? You're like reading a book, and then you look up, you look around.
I know
you see
it'd be hard
that.
not to get distracted by like the beauty of your scenery and environment.
Wow. So I wonder if you can go up to the top here and read as well, or if it's just the bottom. It looks like these are like reading spots here, like all through here too. I don't know, but
they talk about
there's library, but.
It is the centerpiece of the Rylands, and there are hundreds of marvelous things we could show you.
That's incredible.
But let's start here. And if you think it looks like a cathedral, you'd be right, because it was built and designed by Enriqueta Rylands as a cathedral to knowledge.
Cathedral to knowledge.
I can see that, yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful,
Every
man.
inch of the Rylands
Whoa, look at the
Library is
hallway.
intricate with beautiful detail, from the leaded windows
I love that.
to the radiator
Oh my
covers
goodness, dude.
to the lights. The Rylands was one of the first places in Manchester to be opened completely with electrical light, which was a marvel in 1900.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
they're sculpted in the shape of cotton flowers to remind us about where the money came from to build the Rylands, which was from John Ryland's cotton money. And look up. When you come into the Rylands, remember
That's
to
incredible.
look up. If you look up, there are dragons to be found.
I love all the detail.
Oh man,
One
yeah.
of the many things it's worth
Incredible.
knowing about Enriqueta Rylands is that she took an interest in
Look.
every
Every detail. Look at the doorways, man.
I wonder how long it took her to design this.
I wonder how long it
Like,
took for the
build,
people to build this, to sculpt these doorways and all the intricate
I mean,
details,
look
man.
at this, even the statues.
Wow, this is phenomenal, guys. Wow.
detail of the library, including the chairs. So these are all the prototype chairs that didn't make it. This one
wow, they
was
still
too
have 'em?
small. This one was too large. Maybe that one at the end was just right. So
Three
yes,
bears.
Mrs. Rylands was also the
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks of chairs.
Oh,
Oh,
And one of the
wow.
most exciting things is to be able to take you behind the scenes in the John Rylands Library. And this is the mezzanine. And listen to that.
Oh, wow.
Here we are in the heart of busy, noisy Manchester, and it's a reminder that the Rylands is here for you to be a place in which to be calm, in which to find some peace in the heart of the city, a place just to be.
wow.
Okay. Yeah, I said we got to definitely go to Chetham's, but I would definitely have to check this spot out too. This is incredible.
Yeah.
I love how she said that. It's not just a cathedral. It's not like a
cathedral
abbey. A cathedral to knowledge.
Yeah.
I've never heard something like that said before, and that is amazing. She wanted it to be a place to where you show the utmost respect to books, and that's why it's the cathedral to knowledge. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's what do
I
you
would
say?
spend so much time here.
Oh, me too.
I wonder if just anybody can go in there.
I was wondering, could you walk where she was walking just by yourself, come in and just explore?
I don't know.
I mean, I think in a lot of these libraries like this, there's so many really, really old manuscripts, and there's so many
They have to be a little more careful about.
than if you just go to the library we have here.
Yeah.
Now, granted, for the town we're in, for a new library, I think our library is pretty cool. It's nothing like crazy, beautiful design like this.
Right, not old architecture.
It's just a
but-
modern library, but I think for our town, it's a pretty good sized library and
it's a
has
blessing.
a lot going on with it. So I think it's a real big blessing for the community. I think it's much better than what used to be, the library they used to have. But guys, incredible. I don't know if these are the only 3 main libraries in Manchester, but
If they're not, oh my goodness.
I know, talk about a city of knowledge, right? I mean, you not only would, the city of knowledge has the cathedral of knowledge. I mean, really, That's incredible, guys. If you live in Manchester, you are lucky to have these. I hope you take advantage of going to these places from time to time, because they're absolutely, not just for the books, but they're absolutely beautiful. The architecture of these buildings are just amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
I mean, what do you say?
There really isn't anything to say.
Wow. Glad we checked this out, guys. Definitely want to check out more libraries. We know in the UK and Ireland, there's got to be a ton of really cool old libraries to check out, both for the old books and for the architecture of these places. You know, I love exploring these old places. This old architecture always has, this isn't as old as like a lot of things. Like you go to look at Westminster Abbey or something like that. I mean, you're talking 1,000 years old. I mean, it's incredible, right?
Detail and
how they built those back then. But yeah, these things though, even the newer, this is still old, right? It's not modern, but it's incredible what they did. I mean, you look at some of this stuff, right? I say this on a lot of my videos when I look at architecture stuff or like old buildings. But you look at like this and you see all that detail in there, right? How do human hands do that? I mean, you picture it, like picture yourself trying to go do that. Imagine the skill you have to do something like that. Imagine the skill you have to create just this, right? Like it's incredible. It's incredible, guys. But yeah, anyways, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I just want to see him in person one day.
Yeah, definitely. These definitely need to go on the list from when we were in Manchester to check out. Incredible. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button and feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to discover our British and Irish ancestry. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.